Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to Novo Family Research Center, NOFREC Basic School Manager, Tutorial 6. How to use the income workbook. How to use the income workbook. In our Tutorial 4, we learned how the fee payment workbook is used, whereby we have some entries and realize the total income for the month of January as 710 cedis. This 710 cedis reflected on the income workbook. Open our income workbook. So we had monthly income workbook, monthly income worksheet, and that 710 cedis has popped up here. All the payments that will be made by the classes as fee payments will be accumulated per day for all the classes. Payment made, say, on the 12th January, all the payments that will be made by the classes as school fees will sum up under school fees against the date in question. And the total amount of money that have been paid as school fees, PTA, whatever in that particular month will sum up at the top here. This value will be used when we are dealing with the income and expenditure analysis. In this workbook, that's the income workbook, we have upgraded the workbook that we use for Tutorial 4. That one contains only the monthly income. We later realized that some monies also do come to the school which were not considered, and we have created additional workbooks for such entries. So we've created entry form, then other monetary activities, other income that will be generated from the school, because we realize that some schools do not charge, for example, transport fee per term, rather they charge on daily basis. So on daily basis, this is day 1 of January, day 2, in that order till we get to the last day of the month, which is 31st of January. And it's the same for the rest of the months for the whole year. You scroll with the right arrow to see the other months. Okay. So the left and right arrows are useful here. So we considered some aspects such as transport fee, feeding fee. Some schools also do not charge feeding fee on daily basis, rather on daily basis. Admission fee do come, but we are not having any data on it. Registration fee, especially for those who are graduating, those who are completing. Graduation fee, mock fee, and we have others. Others are considered. At times you may get some income from external source, maybe donation or whatever. They come in the form of others. You can also sell some things to the student, pencils, pens, books, whatever. They can also be considered as others. So these are very important aspect, financial aspects, which have to be acknowledge. And such changes, we can make changes to this on the let's look up of the master workbook. Come here, we have added a table here, other monetary activities. In the previous studies, we are not having this table, other monetary activities. And with this one, we have transport fee, feeding fee, admission fee, whatever. Then we also have savings and withdrawals. Then we have loans, borrowing, loan repayments, borrow repayments. These have been considered for further studies. Okay, and the concern is on the income workbook. So as already explained, we have other sources of income. Then we have liabilities like loans and borrowing. At times we may borrow money from somebody, a friend, a family, whatever, to finance our school. We can also seek for assistance from banks as loans, whatever, to also support ourselves. These monies have to also be captured as income. In rare accounting terms, capital is equal to assets plus liabilities. These monies have come and we are going to use them. So once they've come, we have to also acknowledge them. So we have considered liabilities as part of the finance that have also come, that's income. And this will be our assets, the money that have been paid by the students into our coffers. Then other monies that will also be generated is also is for us. But those that we sort from other areas like borrowing, loans, they are our liabilities, and we add the liabilities, other incomes, and the monthly incomes from the various classes together. We get the total income for the school in a particular month. Okay, so let's consider how this form is used. And as said earlier on, before we issue the save command on any form, we have to make sure the next sheet, which is supposed to receive the data, must have the A4 being active. So we go back to our entry form. Actually, looking at the scope of this particular workbook is very broad, and for that matter, it takes some time to be able to save. We didn't also consider the savings and loans. We have to savings and withdrawal. In the savings and withdrawal, these are neither income nor expense, but this particular worksheet is going to help us to be able to reconcile our bank accounts. It's there for bank reconciliation. In 1st January, we made savings of some amount, and we reduced some amount. What is left will be our balance here. So this one will help us to also have a clear view of what has been transpiring between us and the bank. Okay, so we come back to our form. Let's take a source. Assuming we had a source of income from a class. This income is from crèche in the form of transport fee. The whole students in crèche made a total payment of say 30 cedis as transport fee. Okay, let's quote it this way. 30 cedis. Oh, the amount is gone. Okay, it has been rectified. So we were saying that assuming we have a source of income from a class, and that class is crèche, and the income was transport fee, we had 30 cedis from them. So we are going to issue our save command, and this takes about 25 seconds to save. It takes sometimes more. So we wait small for it to save. Looking at the scope of this particular work is very, very broad. So it takes some time to react. You have to be patient. Wait small for it to react before we continue with other aspects. Okay, that's saved. So we take another aspect again. We come and that was on 13th January 2021. We take another aspect, say the same crutch, because we're using crutch for all our demonstrations. So it's a feeding fee, and they gave us 50 cedis as feeding fee. We save. All these are assumptions. We are just giving values for just understanding. These values are just used for understanding. And that's why we are quoting 50, 30, whatever. This is not the actual money that will be generated by the school, but we are quoting something to represent how the system will react if some values are entered. Okay. We wait small as the system operates. Then we take another aspect again. Let's take maybe others. We show some crayon, pencils, and other things to the students, and we realize 80 cedis from them. So we save. And wait small. Okay. So our system, the information is saved onto the other income worksheets. So let's check and see. And that was on 13th January. So we go down on use the black arrow to the black one to go down. Yes, you realize this amount from crutch as 30 cedis as transport fee, 50 cedis as feeding fee, and 80 cedis as other fees. And we had a total of these amounts summing up here, and it has been here 30 plus 50 making 80 plus 80, 160, and it is here. So all the monies that will be accumulated, that will be paid under any of these items by any of these classes will be captured here for the month. And one important aspect that we also considered is that we may have a donation or assistance from individuals or groups. So we have group or individual. Then this one is not from any class, and we say that it's in the form of donation. So we take others. It's not from any class, it's from somebody, and that person gave us 1,000 Ghana cedis as a donation or something like that. So we save. And when we save, this amount will also be captured as other income that has come to the school. So while it's waiting, the system will be working. Then we have to also take our time and wait till it reacts. It takes about 25 seconds to save. And as said earlier on, the scope of this particular workbook is very broad, very broad, and demands a lot of patience. Okay, now it's done. Come back to the other income, go to 13th of January again, and on 13th, realize okay. we've rectified the issue. A mistake was made. In the other income worksheet, we have to consider the class 2, and we considered others as a class. We also considered others as a class. So when we were issuing the save command, we didn't select others for this activity. That's why we were not getting results. It has been rectified. So now, though it's a donation, we have to indicate that it's from others, which is a class. So that's why we say we have class or others. So you take it as a class, others. That's from individual, and it's a donation, which is 1,000 Ghana cedis. Then we save. And I said, wait small for the system to respond. It takes some time to respond, about 25 seconds to respond. So we wait small till it reacts. Okay, then when we come to our sheets, you could see that on 13th of January, we have money coming to the school as others. We have gotten something as others here. We have other payments here. And it has been realized that we also entered another others too. I've entered another other, that makes it, this one has been repeated twice. So we have, make this the A for active. We have a total of 160 as other income, and this is from other sources, which is a class. You consider it as a class, and that one also gave us 1,000 cedis. But this one, this other is from a class, a particular class, like crèche is from a crèche. That's why it's under the class. But this one is not from any other class, any of the classes from crèche to basic 10. But it's from other source of income that is given to the school in the form of donation or whatever. So that has been captured under the class, which is others, and that amount is quoted here. This gave us the total sum of money accrued in the school in the month of January to be 1,240 Ghana cedis. This value will be useful when working on the income and expenditure workbook. Okay, we shall also do some entries for liabilities, borrowings and loans from the bank and whatever. So let's go back and do one demonstration here. You consider, and I said we have already done the income from the classes. We took the crèche, then we took the transport, we took the feeding, we entered some value and we saved. Then we also came to whereby some individuals or group can donate, and when they donate, it's from other classes. They are not from any of these classes, so we take others as a class. Then we take the source, the code is also from others. Then we code the amount here. In this case, we are done. And that all these entries that we are talking of will move on to the other income worksheet. We are now going to consider how some entries could also reflect on the liabilities worksheet. So we take this as our school. We can equally take individuals or group. Here the class is not needed. And this one, they gave us, we borrowed from an individual. He gave us some amount, which is say 1,500 Ghana cedis. We borrowed this amount from a friend or a group to assist our school. It's a liability, it's our responsibility to pay back, but it has come, so you have to acknowledge it and also consider it in our when we are dealing with the expenses and the purchases workbook, we shall also use this amount because these monies have come to us either at the bank or at hand. We are going to use the money. So this 1,500 cedis has been given to us and it's an income, other source of income to the school, though we are owing. So we are going to save this amount, 1,500 borrowing. We borrow from a friend or a group. We are going to save it. And when we save, it will reflect on the liabilities workbook against 13th of January 2021. We wait small for the system to respond. Wait small. Good. So we take 1, 2. We have other source of income from bank, and the bank, they gave us loan. We went to the bank and they gave us loan. They also gave us 2,000 cedis as a loan to assist our school. Okay, save. These are our liabilities. They are responsibilities. We have to make payments when due. But such monies have come to us and we are going to use the money for the school. So we have to capture them as part of our income. And as said, in real accounting terms, capital is equal to assets plus liabilities. So the borrowings, the loans, whatever, plus our own monies that have been generated from other sources, other income and mental income from the various classes, together will give us the total income accrued in a particular month for the school. So we go to our liabilities table to see what happens. In January 13th, yes, it has shown that in January we have a total of 2,000 cedis as borrowing, as loan. Then we have 1,500 as borrowing. We have a total of 3,500 Ghana cedis to be paid later, but now it's an income. We are going to use it. So it has shown that on 13th of January we took 2,000 cedis from a bank and we had 1,500 cedis from either group or friend or individual, from a family or whatever source. We had a total of 3,500 cedis cash from these sources. These are also monies that can be used for the betterment of our school. And as discussed in our previous lesson, that's tutorial 4, we learned that when the fee payment workbook is used, as soon as the students are making their payments from all the classes, the amount will be summed up under the particular day of payment under the headings here, and the total amount accrued in a particular month will sum up at the top here. You go down with this line to see the rest of the months, and that's what we've learned so far. It's left with our savings and withdrawal worksheet, and I said this savings and withdrawal worksheet is neither an income nor expense, but rather is going to help us to reconcile our bank accounts with our system. So this is purposely for bank reconciliation. So we go back to our form again. Maybe we had, now we've gotten some money. We had how much now? We have 1,240 from the classes as other incomes. We have 3,500 Ghana cedis as liabilities, loan plus borrowing. Then we had 710 Ghana cedis from the classes. So we have a total of 4,450 Ghana cedis as income. So this money we are also saving some at bank. So we said the source is school. It's from where? School. It's from the school to the bank. And we are going to save how much we are saving. 2,000 Ghana cedis at the bank. So let's see, save 2,000 Ghana cedis at the bank, and we have the difference at hand. So if the money is not at the bank, it's with us. That's the implication. If the money is not at bank, it's at hand. Okay. Wait small for the system to respond. Then on the next day, that is on the 14th, and I said earlier when we changed the date here, on 14th of January, we needed 500 cedis to support ourselves. So we went to the bank, this time the Sources Bank, and we did withdrawal. We did withdraw 500 and receive. We wait as the system is saving. Okay, it's saved. Now let's go to our savings and withdrawal to see. On 13th, yes, it has shown that we have saved an amount of 2,000 Ghana cedis in January, and we have withdrew 500 cedis. We have a balance of 1,500 cedis at the bank. So let's check to see on the 13th, we made a savings of 2,000 cedis, and on 14th we withdrew 500 cedis from the bank, and it has taken from it. We have a total of 1,500 cedis as our balance at the bank. The rest of the monies are with us; they are not at the bank, and that's how our income workbook works. And I said earlier on, don't forget to contact us at sallyouthman@gmail.com or 054 968 5090 or 024 450 4294 or box 54 Brekum region. And I said no part of this program may be reproduced, stored in the retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or means without our permission. Thank you very much, and this brings us to the end of tutorial 6, how to use the income workbook. Thank you for your time.